Family is asking for your help to reunite them with a loved one's artwork. Before their son's unexpected death last year, several of his paintings were sold in the Chicago area. Problem is, they don't know who bought them. Our Chris Hush explains their search for closure this Christmas.
When 18-year-old Isaac Torres didn't have a paintbrush in his hand,
he was always ready and willing to be part of the community. He did it, and he did it with a smile the whole entire time.
A student in the After School Matters program, Torres developed his craft, creating stunning pieces of work at such a young age.
This was his getaway.
Standing in Kenwell Park in Chicago's Hermosa neighborhood, his stepfather recounts the mural the two of them were working on before his unexpected death last November. This mural now serving as a memorial to his life. What does this mean? It's okay not to be okay.
If you're upset, it's okay. If you're sad, it's okay. If you're depressed, it's okay. And it's not worth taking your life over.
For the last year, Jose Sepulveda has been on an emotional quest to find the artwork his stepson left behind.
A lot of them were sold to the public, and see if anybody's seen the painting hanging up in a friend's living room or in a restaurant.
And of the three paintings they so desperately want, his final piece before his death means the most, a dedication to his mother, who raised him on her own in their Logan Square home.
It had some sentimental value that they were there all the time, and that painting grew on us. We watched him paint it in progress.
The family is willing to buy back their son's precious works of art and even pay for a replacement, just so they can have a piece of him at home this Christmas.
It means a lot to us to have those little pieces to look up at your wall and remember your loved one.
An item on the Christmas list you can help check off, bringing closure to a family in mourning. Chris Hush, NBC5 News.
Very talented young man. Hopefully somebody
Story
sees
that we
this and
first
comes
brought you
forward.
last week. Parents who lost their teenage son to suicide set out on a mission to find artwork that he created.
After seeing our first story on the air about their search last week, one woman realized she had one and knew it had to get to them. Our Chris Hush has the story of this reunion.
All right, let's not get hopes up.
On the 8th floor of an office building in the Loop,
It was hanging on this wall over here.
a missing piece to a Chicago mother's heart hung on a wall in a break room, waiting to be returned home.
Every time that I would go into that space, I would stare at the painting.
That painting appearing on NBC5 earlier this month when Jose Sepulveda shared his journey with us as he looked for the last painting completed by his stepson before his unexpected death 1 year ago. The first thought in your mind, did you take a second look?
The first thought in my mind, my mom is staying with me right now, and I was just like, I said out loud, I swear that that's the painting that's in my office.
Less than 2 weeks since that story aired.
So happy to give this back to you.
That painting, the one dedicated to Isaac Torres' mother, is now coming home. An early Christmas present for stepdad.
It feels great. Like, it really feels wonderful to just kind of have it, be able to hang it up and, bring it home. His name's, his scratchings right on the back, and it was just like, wow, okay, that's definitely it.
Legal and General Investment Management America bought the painting a few years ago from the After School Matters program. CEO Aaron Meter.
We were just so happy for the opportunity to just provide some comfort and get it back in your hands.
It was lucky that I saw the story. It was lucky I looked up when the paintings were being shown.
The family is still looking for 2 other paintings sold in Chicago. Sepulveda plans to put this work of art under the tree this year, a reminder that a piece of their missing loved one will be home for Christmas after all.
I have no words aside from thank you from the bottom of my heart. My wife says thank you. She wishes she could be here today.
Chris Hush, NBC5 News.
Wow, that just gives me chills.
Yeah.
So generous of them to give it back, and what a talented young man he is.
And she remembered seeing that on TV.